Hello again to everybody. This video is entitled Some Thoughts, and the idea of everybody and the hope of everybody to take out from the problems of this life, or the so-called Harpazo, or I don't know. Okay, so now there is a parable there about the 10 virgins, and this parable speak about these 10 virgins that are waiting for the coming of the bridegroom, the husband, the new husband, and they get their lamps, fill them with oil, and go to wait for him. But in the end, the night is coming, the midnight, the night, and they fall all asleep. And at the midnight came a call, the groom bride is coming, and they have to wake up and go to meet him, but 5 of them were foolish and did not have enough oil, so only 5 of them will go with their new husband. So in my study, my studies, I noticed that sometimes the prophecies imply one person in flesh and bones, and many other times it's only symbolic. Now this parable also is symbolic, and I want to tell you that I believe firmly that all the story about the multiple wives of the King of Kings, or I don't know, were also symbolic, because let's say like that, there is a state that became independent, have a very good leader, now a king, and because this state is the first to apply this wonderful life, will be the head and seen as a male. Now all the other country around him, this state, around this state of a state, a country, who want to adhere or unite their kingdoms with this kingdom, and to apply the same good style of life, all the other country will be seen as the bride, so as females, so to speak, implying this union. So there is not a real woman who marry the leader, but there is a union of countries. So now these 10 virgins are the same. There are 10 countries and will be. Now this was in 2009, and said the world divided in 10 regions. So all these 10 regions will be the 10 virgins. We are not to the kidnapping or harpazo or the rapture and so on. So first of all, those regions have to be established. The immigration fact that we saw today, I believe, is due to the dividing between the 10 regions of the people. so everybody will um, choose to have I don't know, multinational region, or either some typical ethnic group, and this will be, so to speak, this is the immigration that we see today. So uh, um, so Africa want to be all black and will kick out all white people, and Europe will be very mixed, and China and all the Asiatic people will become kind of a region, but they will be also mixed in some potential. So that's the prophecy, okay? Now every region on the future now, I believe will be in few years, declared these regions, and all these 10 regions represent one virgin, and this is the same as the beast with 7 heads. There are 7 continents, and 10 horns. There are the 10 regions. So either way, this will be the fact. Now, what mean the midnight, and what is the oil? Now, midnight is because will be very confusional because of the mixing of the religions. Many will lose faith, and will be so much confusion that nobody will believe in anything anymore, and even the 10 regions will be, as soon as possible, the style of life in this way maybe will be much longer than we think. So it will be enough long that the people don't know, the 5 foolish virgins, to lose their oil, and to don't believe anymore in anything, and so on. So that's the prophecy in the end, and after that will came big leader. They will unite the five wise virgin, and will create superpower. Now these are kind of the prophecies, and obviously it's nothing new. Okay, it's nothing new. Last night I thought a bit about how many times this thing was repeated. It's like every 500 years, plus or more or minus, okay, we play the same game, and after 500 years, the world is getting enough, and at the end of the 500 years will be the Maximus Union, or one kingdom. All the kingdoms will be united in one single one, and after that will crumble on itself. It will not last. We see that in history, repeating over and over and over and over again. So after the destruction, because the people remain all in few, life will begin again with few families here and there, the survivors, and they will start a new life divided on huge distances on the continents. And because of the often destruction that came on this earth because of these max empires, and the earth in many places became a desert, so will be less and less propitious to life, the earth, less areas. So I believe this game will be played until everything will die completely on this earth, everything that means life. But every time they will multiply, form villages, then cities, then the cities will connect, will put frontiers, will speak the same languages, diverse languages from the before time, because language is muted. So they will find a way to speak one to another in a mixed way, and they will dig up in the past, like archaeology, and we'll find again traces of the civilization, will be the same stuff, then will be again huge unions, then divided world, then somebody will think again to do the huge kingdom, and so on until the end. There's so much repetition, again and again and again and again, the same thing. First was called kingdoms, then was called reiches, now will become unions and empire, and that's the same story again and again and again. And every time we find these people that don't like to work, but do others to work for them, and it will never end, okay, until there will not be anymore the possibility. All the water will be poisoned, all the grass will be burned out, all the animals, domestic animals, will be sick, and too much deserts, too much frozen lands, and the lie will be the same: we can do better, and blah blah blah. But in the end, it's the same story again and again and again. And I thought just a moment, and last night, and I thought, what I done wrong, what I could have done wrong, because I see all this repetition, and yes, people do errors, but because of the system, they will tell you from when you born, you are born, you will be born as Muslim, or you will be born as Christian or Buddhist, or I don't know. And they will insert in your head enmity, and you have right, you have blah blah, and then laws for you, then you have to pay, you have to work, you cannot have your house, you cannot have your land, you cannot live in peace, you have to do things, and blah blah. And that is the overall repetition again and again and again of this stuff. And I told you in my videos that I think that this earth, it is in reality something alive, like a baby in a womb, and the simple fact that we replicate in the same manner, building this baby like the cells of the body, make me be convinced that there is kind of it's not quite a reincarnation, but you live again after, if your genealogic tree survive, okay, you will be born like again. It's not a choice, it's like an apple that will give, if planted, again an apple tree and his fruits again and again. If you cut and destroy all the apple and all his branches and all the tree, then will not be any more apples. It's like that. So I thought I thought, why should I see all this stuff? It's not that I'm a winner, or I didn't want anything. My life is a shit. Now, soon, a month from now, I will have to renew my ID, and they talk about the biometric ID, and card